Hi, Joy Olson here of Blockbuster Fundraising, and today we're going to talk about donor retention because I saw just a wonderful blog written by J. Love of Bloomberg, and it's all about the state of donor retention in one image with 4 different buckets. So let's get started because I think you're going to really appreciate this as much as I did. And this is the state of donor retention, and it's data that has come from the Fundraising Effectiveness Project, the newest one, 2017, and it certainly tells us a story, and really it is not a story that we like to to review too much as fundraisers, but we need to. Average donor retention is 46%. Now that's kind of really tough to take because if we've worked so hard in our fundraising department and we work so hard to welcome and thank and keep new donors, why is the retention rate below 50%? So we have this report to talk about today and thought we'd just illuminate this for you. And if you function in the nonprofit world, seeing anything below 90% is not fun. But why is this happening, and why are certain donors more loyal even when they donate less than $100 than donors that are writing checks for $5,000 or more? Do we nonprofits just expect donors to give once, therefore it's a self-fulfilling mandate? No. So much of the reason stems from a lack of knowledge. And this lack of knowledge begins with not being aware of what other nonprofits achieve in donor retention. And maybe it's like stepping on the scale. You just would rather not know. So you just meekly walk by the scale and think, hopefully I haven't gained any weight. Hopefully I haven't lost any donors. So a lot of books have been written on how to improve your donor retention. And of course they agree that the key first step is to know how to figure out your current retention level. It's like if you're going to go on a diet, you need to know your current weight. So then you look at it, you know what your retention rate is, and guess what you do? You figure it out each and every month. Just knowing if you're improving or getting worse, it really starts the momentum to get better results because you're really, you're looking at it, you're reviewing your results, and you're making a plan to do better, figuring out what you're doing not well, what you could do a lot better. Okay. So the experts say that a critical key to improving donor retention is closely linked to that second bucket image you see on your screen. First-time donor retention. First-time donors, they only stick around, 23% of them stick around. You know what that means? 77% do not. So, as if the first overall average statistic for donor retention isn't bad enough, the second stat is far worse. Could it really be the case that 3 of 4 first-time donors never give again? Yes, that is the case. Why? Well, there are several reasons to consider. The first is a portion of first-time donors who gave in association with your big event, or perhaps one of their friends in a peer-to-peer Giving Tuesday campaign last year brought them on board. They may not even know that their event admission ticket or the auction item they bought or supporting their friend is going to charity. That is not good, because if it is our event, we must ensure that there is an awareness that links an event or an effort or a peer-to-peer fundraiser that links our mission to their dollars donated. That's up to us. And secondly, a portion of first-time gifts are memorial or tribute-related gifts, regarding a very special person in someone's life. So the link between the person being memorialized and their special love of your mission should be illustrated to the memorial donor in order to have any chance of retaining that donor. Yep, they say it's going to take extra effort. And then even with your extra effort, only a small portion of such donors will be retained. But you know what? The effort is definitely worth it. So now we've talked about 2 special cases. Outside of those, most of the rest of your first-time donors are not giving again because it's a direct result of our lack of attention toward them. We don't have a good new welcome plan. We don't keep communicating our gratitude. Just about any type of extra effort toward relationship building will spur improvement. So we want to show that we truly care about their support, that it makes a huge difference, and you really can make a difference in first-time donor retention by communicating that and communicate it a few times. So this is an instance of where your extra effort is going to pay off with vastly improved donor retention for those donors motivated enough to make a second gift. As you see now in this chart, repeat donor retention is 60%. Wow! So if you can just get your new donor to give you that second gift, that is a huge, wonderful event. And those repeat donors retain at better than 2.5 times of first-time donors. So you really want to align your charity's mission emotionally to the donors, because the second gift is not just a token offering because a friend asked or they were at your event, but that second gift is a conscious decision, and it is also the beginning of a long-term relationship that really is going to provide rewards for both of you. You're going to be doing a lot of good with each other, a lot of good things. So giving back is really a part of nearly every adult human being's innermost desire to make the world around them a better place. And so there's a strong psychological lift for us as individuals every time our mind and heart senses such a result of our gift. It's a delightful and powerful side effect. And I think a lot of us have felt this in the last month and a half with so many disasters around the world, and you just feel so good when you reach out and you donate and support the cause, because you are emotionally involved. And this emotional involvement has a strong chance of really increasing the funding to the mission, because once a donor is involved with you emotionally, cares about your cause, and you thank them enough and involve them enough in the cause, they're very likely to be repeat donors, and repeat donors are the foundation of all giving. often providing 90% or more of the dollars donated each year. Whoa! Hey, we talk about monthly giving and how important monthly giving is. Well, monthly giving, recurring donor retention is 90%. And you see that in this image above. It's the major step that must be taken to reach the highest levels of overall donor retention. And since the average retention level of recurring donors is 90%, they provide the essential lift needed to reach your overall donor retention rates, to get them over higher percent, over higher than 50%. So why aren't all nonprofits engaged in fundraising pursuing this type of donor relationship? Well, I think that a lot of us are, and we really work hard at emotional relationships and building these emotional relationships, and we really know that recurring gifts and retention are just so important. But the experts tell us here that we could really make a difference in our appeals, and that many appeals must be redesigned. So if this is true, this is great advice, and we're assuming that it is true. This is great advice for us to have for our 2017 annual appeal. We want to actually make sure that we turn new donors into second-time donors and keep those good donors that we have. Retention is really everything. All right. Well, there you have it. And this is Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising saying thank you for having been here today. Lots more. JoyOlsonGroup.com, BlockbusterFundraising.com, hundreds, over 200 free fundraising videos on our YouTube channel to take your fundraising to super blockbuster results in 2017 and beyond. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.